Hello, people. I am Cory Kerr, and this is Illo Talk. And today I'm coming to you from my garage because my house has been flooded, and my studio has walls and ceiling dripped down and stuff. But I want to talk today about authenticity. But specifically, I want to talk about I don't think it's possible to be authentic. I just think the act of being authentic is inauthentic as an act. So here's something I wrote about this. There's something sick and wrong about the focus on performative authenticity. I went to a conference once and sat through a lecture from a PhD candidate whose dissertation was studying the perception of authenticity. So I was sitting in a room full of people, listening to somebody teach them the formula of how to appear authentic to an online audience. I cannot think of a more ironically bizarre situation. It even tops the time that I sat through a 3.5-hour lecture on how ineffective lectures are. At least that was an accidental object lesson. Anyway, I cannot think of a less real thing than trying to appear authentic. The fact that the act of attempting to be perceived as authentic immediately invalidates your authenticity. Then people take this performance and run it through the amplifier of social media for a truly weird feedback loop of likes, comments, and shares, largely based on how well people feel that you connected with them personally through your edited and filtered digital representation of your authenticity. It's a similar level of hypocrisy as being proud of your humility or trying to gain the favor of the worldly based on your perception of your spirituality and inner peace. Can you imagine getting any real benefit from meditating for a crowd, like as a performance? It's the digital equivalent of a seedy pickup artist, all surface tricks and no substance. Now, I know many people find comfort in what I'm about to talk about. So if that's you, good on ya, and please don't let me take anything away from it. But I get super weirded out by people taking selfies while crying. I understand that it's most likely coming from a desperate need to be validated, but the thought process that it would take to have a genuinely emotional moment and think, I should get out my phone and take a picture of this so that I can use it as the photo for a post about my pain. Hey, look, I'm sad. I have photographic proof. Like and subscribe. It's not that I'm editing out vulnerable moments. It's that turning those vulnerable moments into content seems to be selling something deeply sacred and human for digital points in a game that no one wins to feed a machine that is destroying humanity. The thought of taking a true moment of deeply personal emotion and burning it as public fuel is a several steps down the road towards inhumanity of our emotions being sold as products. At the same time, I've had huge personal benefits from friends and others being truly open about the things that they're struggling with and not hiding or masking the less shiny parts of their lives. I do think that being real online and sharing your frustrations and failures can be a good thing, but it bugs me when it feels like it's performed for content. So I don't know. We might ask with Pilate, what is truth? And I don't know. I don't know where the line is. This may be generational, and it's definitely personal on where each of us draw that line. But I think it's more important to realize that everything we see online is a glimpse of a part of something and not the whole thing. And it's impossible for it to be completely genuine or authentic because the medium doesn't allow for that. The knowledge that we're being observed changes our behavior. The Hawthorne effect describes this phenomenon in clinical studies, but we don't even have to get clinical to understand it. How many times do we think, what if my boss or dad or spouse or whoever reads this or sees this? And I think we should filter things. We should and can have private thoughts and areas of sanctuary that we are not required to share publicly. As I'm saying this, I'm aware that it's possible that people I know and care about have posted crying selfies and might be watching me rip on that very act. And that thought has caused me to stop and think of the effect that my thoughts and words have on others, which is another filter, and probably a good one most of the time. There's a filtering effect to the awareness that you're being observed. And posting something on social media is done in the hope that you'll be observed. And knowing that we're being observed changes our behavior. Anyway, I guess I'm struggling a bit. Our basement flooded, so I'm working out of my garage. With my house is an active construction zone, and I'm on multiple steroids right now due to some unexplained allergic reaction where I have broken out into a full body, itchy, painful rash. So I can't think straight on all the stuff that they've got me on, trying to fix that and everything else that's happened recently with all the in and out of the hospital stuff and the breathing things and all that stuff. But at the same time, things are going really well. And saying all that negative stuff is true, but it's not an accurate depiction of what's going on. My job is great. My family and friends are doing well. I'm really enjoying the recent turn I've taken in my art. And I feel like I'm getting back to some core creativity that I've been missing lately. I've been able to do 12 pull-ups every day for the last couple of weeks after not being able to even lift my baby for about a year with all the broken bones that I've had and that I've been recovering from. I finished Shades, which might be one of the most ambitious projects that I've taken on so far. It's being received well, and I'm really proud of what my team was able to do with it. I went to the Gorillaz concert recently with my wife, and it was rad, and I really got to see one of my major artistic influences up close and in depth and spend some real time where I wasn't distracted, but really just enjoy that with all the illustration and animation used in that show. So things are going really well, and things are crashing down around me. All of the stuff I'm experiencing right now is exhausting, painful, and overwhelming, and fulfilling, enriching, and inspiring. Even sharing all of this is still not a truly authentic expression of what's going on, and I don't even know if that's possible. So this isn't authentic, but I hope it's as close of an approximation as I can get. I'll be doing some new things. I'm getting back to some core principles in my thinking and creativity, and I'm hoping that some of you will be interested in what I'll be making. This is an illustration about the lie of inevitability that tech companies tell us, that we just accept that we have no power to change anything and they have total control over the future of humanity. And I won't go into detail of that here, but it'll be the second of a string of illustrations based on core principles that I'll be working on for the next little while. I also want to take you through my trip to Banff in Canada, which might be the most incredibly stunning natural beauty that I've seen in person. All of that and whatever else happens. I'm a little hesitant to make plans right now because I've had one of the most disruptive years of my life, and every time I tried to do something worthwhile, something massively catastrophic happened. It's been nonstop. There's been no breaks. So understand that this is a bit of an act of faith that I'm even brave enough right now to even announce anything, because it kind of feels like inviting more catastrophe to stop me from doing anything that I want to do. But for a long time, I've lived by the motto of running towards the fear. So I'm scared to try and create anything of value right now. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Hopefully this doesn't come off as taking a selfie of me crying, but it is what it is, and you guys will take it how you're going to take it. If you're interested in following along to see what horrors rise up to stop me, sign up for my newsletter, I guess. I don't know. That might be the best or the worst pitch I've ever given for a newsletter. But anyway, we will catch you guys the next time I feel like making one of these.
This is illo.